If you're a travel advisor or work in the travel industry and the social media grind is just grinding you down, this video is for you. My name's Jordan. I'm a travel content creator. I run the Jordan Outside Travel channel that has over 3.1 million views, over 900 videos, over 16,000 subscribers. And in this series, I'm breaking down my 4-step content strategy that you can use to simplify and make the actual travel content side of your business fun. So the book framework, it stands for, the B is build inspirational short form content. And that's what we're going to focus on in this video. I'm going to have subsequent videos that are going to cover the rest, because this really is the top of the funnel. When you look at this, this is the top. This is where people are just getting exposed to you and your business. Then in the O, this is middle of the funnel. They're researching. They have intent now. They want to go on a trip, and they're looking at guides and reviews. And this is where you can build trust with them. And then this is the bottom of the funnel, where they're actually booking, and we want them to book with you. And lastly, we've got the K, which is all about keeping your clients. It's the retention. So once they go through the funnel, you want to retain those clients and you want them to refer new clients to you. In today's video, I'm going to show you my system, how I'm able to post 4 times a day. I've actually posted up to 20 times a day, just testing out how much content is too much and how much content sits right. But you want to be posting at least once a day, and you want to be posting across multiple platforms. And the idea of getting on and posting individually 4 times a day is just, it's too much. I can't even do that. So what I'm going to show you today are the types of inspirational short form content that I post, the software that I use to edit it, the music that I use that's royalty free. Because if you're going to use the music from the app, you actually have to get on the app to post. And the framework that I'm showing you today is going to allow you to auto post, where you upload it, you schedule it, and then it will post for you. And you don't have to worry about getting music. Your music's already set, and you can post it across multiple platforms. And then lastly, I'm going to show you the tool that I use to post my content. All right, so let me minimize this. The first thing that we want to do is we want to look at the different types of inspirational content. So I've got 2 different folders pulled up. Okay, so I've got these 2 folders, and this folder is my Turks and Caicos folder. And these are short form videos on different beaches that we went to. So I'll just pull one up. Okay, so pretty simple, right? This is just a couple of clips, some drone footage from the Turks and Caicos, and this is to inspire, right? You see this and you're like, wow, that water's beautiful, the beach looks beautiful. I've never really thought about going to Turks and Caicos. Maybe I should. So this is the inspirational phase. So I've got lots of these types of videos. There's another beach one. Here's a shipwreck. So not everything is drone, but you can have great footage that's really inspiring. So, and then I have my logo here just for that branding. So as they get used to seeing, like, wow, I keep seeing these amazing short form videos or these clips on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube Shorts, on whatever platform it is, Jordan Outside is being branded to them. So this would be where your brand just keeps showing up and over. And that's what branding's all about, right? You see it so many times, and that exposure, they start to go, oh, yeah, I know who that is, or I recognize that name. We've got some underwater footage. This Eagle Ray, just absolutely amazing experience. Okay, so these are our videos that basically they're inspirational, and it's based on the Turks and Caicos Islands. And then in this folder, I've got my quote videos. So let me play this one. Not sure what the secret to happiness is, but I definitely didn't cry in the Bahamas. So you've probably seen a lot of videos like this. You just take a motivational quote or something like that, and you have the video in the background and a little bit of branding. Let's go to the next one. I thought my dreams were unrealistic. Turns out my beliefs were just too small to hold it. What's your favorite color? I don't know, but whatever color this is. Just so you got these quotes that go to videos as well. This is a great way to get some exposure. The thing with these types of videos is you want them to appeal to the masses. And so today I learned that the average person goes on 2.8 trips per year. Today I also learned that I'm finally above average in something. No calls, no emails, just this. So you can see when you're on your trips and you're taking your footage, you can put it to these types of quotes and one of the things that I do here is you'll see how the rest of the quote goes away and it goes back to here. So when this loops, it's just a seamless loop, just a little editing trick. And then the music that's playing in the background, this is all royalty-free music that I can post to all the platforms. And because I pay for the license, I don't have to worry about getting any dings or warnings from the platforms. Okay, so that's the first thing that I wanted to show is you can take your footage and you can put it into like these quote videos, into just inspirational videos where they're just seeing something beautiful. And in each video, I'm including my logo, just so over and over, they kind of, it's not capitalizing on everything, but they're seeing Jordan outside, Jordan outside, Jordan outside. And then I'm posting, right now I'm posting 4 of these per day, but not 4 from Turks and Caicos. It'll be from different locations. Let's go over. So here's my Jordan Outside YouTube channel. You can see like these are my tour videos, my review videos. This one has 165,000 views. My top 30 best beaches and snorkeling spots on the Big Island of Hawaii, 142,000 views. 94,000 views for the Exumas in the Bahamas, 93,000 in Curacao. So you can see that these types of videos, you can get lots of exposure, but these are longer videos, 29 minutes, 14, 20. This one's only 4 minutes. But ultimately, these short form videos are going to lead to these longer form videos. So this is the middle of the funnel. But if we look at my YouTube Shorts, that's where all these videos are going. So you can see like this video with the pigs and Exumas, 133,000 views. Snorkeling into the Blue Room Cave, 5,500. Exploring the North End of Stocky Island, 5,100. Playa Lagoon, 5,100. 4,800, 4,600, 4,600, 4,500. So like these aren't viral videos, but this is the exposure that you want. You want people to see this over and over, and you want it to be inspiring and high quality because this is a reflection on your business as a travel advisor. Once I've got the footage, I go into my editing software. So I'm using Final Cut Pro. You could be using CapCut. You could be using DaVinci Resolve. I have a Mac, and so I'm using Final Cut Pro. I don't have to pay that like recurring subscription, and I like editing on a big screen. So for example, here is a whole folder with Oahu vertical videos. And so I take the video, I put it on the timeline. So you can see I've got lots of videos in this. I've got 1, 2, let's see if I go down. In this series, I've got 50 videos. And so what I'm doing is I've got my logo on this, I've got the actual footage here, and I've got the music here. So I put it on the timeline. And then a lot of times what I'll do is I've got the footage here, then I take this clip I paste it here, and then I just do a reverse normal. And reverse normal basically just takes the same clip and plays it backwards. So this kind of fading out, it's basically the same clip, and now we're just going in reverse. So that's one way so now it's 18 seconds instead of ending at 8 seconds. So it just depends if you want a little bit of a longer clip and something that your eyes following, and then it goes back in reverse, and you can watch it go back. And then I add the music, and then when I'm done with that, then I just go to File, Share, Export, and I export it in 4K. You could also export it in 1080p, but I just like to have higher resolution files because I shot it in 4K. Shows it's going to be 113.9 megabytes. For most posting platforms, you want it to be under 200 megabytes if you're going to use the auto posting. And I'll get into that when I get into the actual posting side. And then I click next, it exports, and then I've got the actual video. So there's a lot to be said of what you can do in editing, but this is just kind of show you how I organize it. If I go to the next video, Oahu 2, same type of thing. I've got the logo, I've got the clip, and in this one, instead of doing a reverse, I just put another clip with it. And then I fade out the music. So 12 seconds long. And then if I export this, File, Share, Export, we're looking at 79 megabytes. So we want to be under that 200. So perfect. And this is 4K. So we're good to go. And that is the editing. And so after the editing software, let me minimize this. We are going to talk about music. If you use one song on Instagram, you might not be able to use that song on TikTok. And if you use the one song on TikTok, you might not be able to use that in YouTube Shorts. And so you've got this kind of music battle going on. And so to avoid that, you want to get royalty-free music that you can license. And so the platform that I use for that, all the music that you've heard so far came from Epidemic Sound. So I pay for the creator, which is $17.99. It allows me to have unlimited downloads. It licenses it for social, podcasts, and websites. If I was running this for ads, I would need to upgrade to the Pro. But I'm not using this for ads. I'm just using it for my organic social media. And I can use one channel. When it refers to one channel, the safe list, when you set up your account, it allows you to put in your YouTube channel. So YouTube's always going to look at the music, and then it's going to see if you have the license or not. So when it pings that, hey, this music is on Epidemic Sound, and then my account shows the Jordan Outside YouTube channel, then there's no issues. I've done music on a lot of different platforms, and I've fought YouTube so many times. Hey, I've got the license. I paid for the license. Here's the license. But with Epidemic Sound, because they actually have it in their system, I've never had any issues with it. And this is such a relief. You can see I've got my TikTok account, I've got my Facebook, I've got my website, so I can have all this posted on my website with no issues. Got my Instagram account. And with the creator platform, I'm not using Twitch, and I don't have a podcast right now, but I'm able to safe list these. I do post on X. I've never had anything come back from X.com, which used to be Twitter, but they don't have anywhere to put in your X.com account. Anyways, this is one thing that I love about Epidemic Sound, is that basically you can have your safe list, and then when you're posting content, you don't have any worries about getting copyright strikes or any warnings on your accounts, because you want to keep your accounts healthy, so you get the maximum reach possible. Okay, so with epidemic sounds, I'm going to include, so let me just show you this part too. Let me go into Discover. So more of what you like based on my downloads, like here's a reggae. So if I wanted to use that, or so you get the idea. You can go through, you can search. Anytime I find something that I like, so let's say I like this, I can add this to a playlist. You can see I've got Utah, Maui, quote videos, Turks and Caicos, Long Island. You can see all the different playlists. And let's say I wanted to add this to my Maui playlist. And then if I want to download it, I just click this download button. It's basically saying you're going to get the full song. It's going to be an MP3 versus getting a segment. And then I can click continue. Just reminds me of my licensing, that this isn't for ads. This is just for social media, podcast, websites. Confirm. It asks you that once per session, then you can download. They just want to make sure that you know. And then that goes to my desktop, which is right here. And then I would add that into the editor. And now I've got a new great song that I can use on my inspirational short form content. So below this video, I'm going to include a referral link. So you can refer friends. And this part's really cool. I'm going to add this. So I can say, my favorites. So all 139 tracks that I added to that favorites folder, I'm going to share this link with you. So then if you do sign up for a free trial and end up paying for this, you'll have access to all the music that I've already liked, which gives you a big head start instead of starting from scratch and trying to find music that you like that you can use for your short form videos. So I will include this link in below this video. Okay. So the whole point of this video is to get rid of the grind. So one of the things that I want to emphasize is that content creation is work, right? For me, it's work that I actually really love to do. It's really gratifying, but it is work. But to me, the grind is when you have to log in to multiple platforms, multiple times per day to post. It's always on your mind and you're always like, oh, it's almost this time. I need to get on and post. Oh, it's almost this time. To me, that's the grind. It just grinds on you. It's always in the background. You're always thinking about it. And so at first I started going to each platform and scheduling out my posts, but a lot of them have limitations on how many you can schedule out. And it was just tedious to have to go to each platform and I couldn't see what I'm posting and then the different categories. So I started searching and that's when I found PostPlanner. So PostPlanner, so I'm logged in right now. I'm on posts and you can see I've got posts already in the queue. And I don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to show you how I use PostPlanner. To me, this has been the key to unlocking the grind part. Yes, you do have to work to create all the content, but with PostPlanner, it removes that. So it has a ton of features. I'll do a separate video that goes through all the different features, but in today's video, I'm just going to show you how I use this and why this has really been a game changer. So you can see Thursday, my posting schedule, which is today. You can see tomorrow, I'm posting at 7 a.m. on Facebook, on TikTok, on X, on YouTube Shorts, on LinkedIn. This is my personal LinkedIn. It's posting on my business LinkedIn. So all those posts are going out at 7 a.m. And then at 11 a.m., I'm posting on Facebook, on TikTok, on X, on YouTube Shorts. So you get the idea. You can set your schedule, but this is the part that really was a game changer for me. And in PostPlanner, they call them buckets. So these are the different types of buckets. I've got quote reels. I've got quote images. I usually do these just on Facebook. I've got my Utah and Arizona vertical videos. I've got the Exumas, Turks and Caicos, Curacao, Oahu, Florida, Big Island, Long Island, St. Croix, Mexico, Kauai, and Maui. I'm just adding in a bunch of content now for Maui. But these are the different categories. So if I'm going to be posting 4 times a day, I don't want to post 4 times a day for Turks and Caicos. Now, if you're a travel advisor and the only place that you cover is Turks and Caicos, then you would want to break this up and you'd want to have Turks and Caicos beaches, Turks and Caicos restaurants, Turks and Caicos hotels. So you'd have different buckets based on your content. That way, when you're scheduling by the bucket or the category. So for me, as a content creator, I might have a 7 a.m. That's the Exumas. And then I might have an 11 a.m. that's Turks and Caicos. And then a 1 p.m. that's Curacao. Then a 3 p.m. that's Oahu. Then a 5 p.m. that's Florida. Then a 7 p.m. that's the Big Island. And you kind of get the idea. You can set your schedule. So, and then when you're setting these up, this is really cool too. So Turks and Caicos, I click on it and it shows me the different social media platforms that I'm posting to. So I've got my Jordan Outside Facebook. I've got my LinkedIn personal. I've got my LinkedIn business. I've got TikTok. I've got X, and I've got YouTube Shorts. So if I click on this, it shows I put in Turks and Caicos. I chose the color, a little description, reels about Turks and Caicos, and then the profiles. So you can see that I'm not posting this to Instagram. And the reason I'm not is this is a 4K video. For some reason right now, Instagram is compressing 4K into 1080p and it doesn't look good. So what I'm doing is I'm creating 1080p versions of this, and I'm going to create a separate bucket to post to Instagram, but all the other ones they're posting to right now. So, yeah, so and it's just Instagram's API. When you upload to it, if it's 4K, it can only do 1080p, which is so weird because Facebook handles 4K just fine and it's owned by Meta. So I assume this is a temporary problem. But I started noticing that, man, like 1 out of 4 videos on Instagram would look like just terrible quality, and it was compressing the 4K to 1080p. So I'm working on a workaround for that. But all the other platforms work great in 4K. So I have a feeling this is temporary since Facebook and Instagram are owned by Meta. But just something to be aware of. Let's go to plan. So the initial plan that I set up was to do 20 posts per day. I really wanted to push PostPlanner and see if it could actually do 20. And it handled it just fine. But I found that 20 posts a day for the size of channel that I'm running, it was a little bit overboard. So what I did is I went through and I set up a 5 a.m., which is my St. Croix. So I'm doing that Sunday, Tuesday, Thursdays. And then on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I leave that blank. And then at 7 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm doing the Big Island of Hawaii. And so let's say I wanted to add something at 7 a.m. I just click add posting time. I'm going to choose which category. So let's say I wanted to start doing Florida at 7 a.m. And then do I want it just on Sundays or do I want it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? So you can set the days of the week. In this case, let's just do Sunday. And when do I want it to post? Immediately at 7 a.m. And then I would click save. And then whatever I put into my Florida bucket, the next post available will post at 7 a.m. So let me go back to buckets. Let's go to Turks and Caicos. Okay, so now you can see I've added all of these in. So July 25th, here's the 9 a.m. post. then Sunday 9 a.m., Tuesday 9 a.m. So it reflects what you put into your planning calendar. And so I can see all the different posts. And let's say I'm like, ooh, let's see. This one is one of my favorites. I could move this to the top. So this one posts next. So instead of Sunday, August 9th, I wanted to post Saturday, July 25th. So I just move it to the top. And now this one is the next one in the queue. So this is one of the parts that I love about PostPlanner is once you set up your buckets, then you just create content for that category. So for me, it's destinations. So I'm doing different destinations. If I don't have a lot of content, I combine them into one bucket. But if I have a ton of content, then like Oahu, Curacao, Florida, they have their own buckets. But then when I want to create a post, I click create post, and then let me grab a piece of content, like let's say this one. I drag it in. You can see right here that it's uploading the file. And let me just see, what is this video? Okay, so this is a quote video. And then once it uploads, then you can choose the thumbnail. So let's say I want this as the thumbnail. So I select as the thumbnail. So now my thumbnail's there. I'm going to add in my post. So you can add whatever you want just to make, but I'm setting up this post. And then this top part right here automatically populates into my Facebook post, into my Instagram post, into my LinkedIn post, into my TikTok post, into X, into YouTube Shorts. So for example, in YouTube Shorts, I don't want this. I'm not sure why. This is the title of the video. So I might put everything changes, ... And then the description. But this is the cool part. It allows you to customize. So it's creating a post for each one of the platforms that you selected for that bucket here. But then you can go through and say, oh, for Facebook, I want this little extra thing. For Instagram, they really like this. For LinkedIn, anyways, you kind of get the idea. And then you can add a comment. So if you want a comment to populate, so like on Facebook, let's say I wanted to add a comment that will show up right underneath it. Like, what's something you're grateful for today? This will post on Facebook, and then this will post as Jordan Outside as the first comment. So it gives you that option as well. And then once you've loaded everything in, then you have these choices. So recycle, you can recycle all of your posts. For YouTube, I wouldn't recycle, but Facebook allows you to post the same exact content multiple times without any type of restrictions. So maybe I would only want to recycle Facebook. But you can go through after the fact, see which videos performed really well and recycle those. I can move this to the bottom of the queue. But then when I'm ready, I just go to this add to queue, 7 posts. And I can share now or schedule. So what I'm going to do when I add it to the queue, if I already have like 50 posts above it, it goes to number 51. If I only have one post, it goes to number 2. If I don't have any posts, this would be the next post based on the schedule that we created. So let me clear this. I don't want to post that today, but so basically for each bucket, I'm creating the post into whichever bucket I want, and then that bucket will be full. So for example, if I go to Utah, this bucket, we're at July 23rd, 2026, and this is going to go through November 1st, 2027. So basically all the content for Utah is all scheduled out for over a year. If I want to change the cadence, and the plan, so let's see, where's Utah? Here's Utah. Let's say I wanted, right now I'm posting every other day, once a day. If I wanted to add that to every day of the week, then it's going to condense that because it's going to be posting from that bucket. So PostPlanner is awesome. I've got, let me pull up, and this is where you get 25% off plus a 7-day free trial. I'll have this below the video as well. You use Jordan25 on sign up, and you can use this either for a monthly plan or you can use it for an annual plan. I use the annual. Let me go over to plans and pricing. So you can see on PostPlanner plans, sign up. They have a free account. They have the starter account, which is $14 a month. Each account, like the amount of users, the growth, is $59 a month. And you can have 2 users, 1,500 scheduled posts, 24 daily posts per account. Like my Utah bucket that goes over a year out, I'm on the business plan, which is $99 a month. But because I signed up through someone else's link, I got that 25% off. So $828 per year. And then, let's see, 828 minus 25%. So I got this for $621 for the entire year. If we break that down to 12 months, basically $51.75. So to be able to remove the grind, to pay $52, and to be able to schedule up to 5,000 posts, unlimited daily posts. It's got a bunch of AI features, but I really love this tool because it allows me to have the flexibility to create as much content as I want, to put it into, I've got my calendar set up, I've got my bucket set up, and then when I create a new piece of content, I add it as a new post, I put it into the bucket, and it just goes into the queue. And this is how I've been able to remove the grind of social media. It still does take work to create all that content, but it removes the grind. One of the things I wanted to show you, so you might be saying, Jordan, that's all great and all, but I need footage. I don't have footage from all these different places. And so this is where I created the gallery.jordanoutside.com. If you are promoting the Hawaiian Islands or the Caribbean and you don't have amazing footage for those places, and you want to have authentic footage for each one of the beaches, this is where you can go. So Turks and Caicos, Oahu, Long Island, Bahamas, Curacao, Exumas, Bahamas, Big Island, Florida, Bimini, Maui, Kauai, Mexico, St. Croix, Nassau, Utah, Arizona, Idaho. So this is my best travel stock videos and photos, gallery.jordanoutside.com. And there's a tutorial on how to use this and how to search. But ultimately, if you're looking for clips, let's say that you're promoting Oahu and you wanted to get some vertical clips for your social media and you wanted to do Magic Island Lagoon. This is one of the things with AI today. You want to make sure that this is authentic, that this is actually Magic Island Lagoon on Oahu and not some AI clip or just some random clip that you got off of Adobe stock where you're not really sure where it is. All of these I filmed myself. If it says that's the location, that is the location. They're authentic. There's no AI used. Let's say you wanted to use this Magic Island Lagoon clip. You can preview it. Shows it's 26 seconds long. If you go to click buy now, it's $25. If you buy 20, you get 20% off. So this is just one way to access this. I'm going to have this link below the video, and I'll have a coupon code for you as well, so you can get a discount on this. And then lastly, if you don't want to deal with any of this, I offer a social media service, which basically all you need to do is you need to have a PostPlanner account and you need to have an Epidemic Sound account. And if you have both of those accounts, then I'll run all your social media for you. When I say run it for you, I'll be posting, I'll get all the posts created with your branding, with Epidemic Sound. So that way you've got the licensing for the sound. And then I'll help you go through and get all the buckets set up for the different types of categories. And then you'll have a post every single day or multiple times per day, just depending on which plan you choose. So the one thing I will say is that this removes the grind, but the ultimate goal as a travel advisor is you're trying to create relationships with people to build trust, so then that they want to actually work with you and trust you to plan and to handle their amazing vacations and trips. And so trust is a big part of that. So as you're posting all this amazing inspirational content, when people are commenting, you want to get in, you want to comment and start building that relationship with them. So yes, automate all of the posting, put them into your buckets, have your schedule, everything goes out. You don't have to worry about like, oh, do I have to post 4 times today? All that's taken care of, but you do want to get in at least once a day and respond to everybody individually and build those connections. So ultimately, now you have the system to build inspirational short form content to get that maximum reach and exposure. And it all just depends on your resources. If you have more time and you've got your own content, go ahead and use these resources to build out that system where you're able to get all those posts into the buckets and scheduled based on your the calendaring system that you set up in PostPlanner. And then you don't have to have that worry or that grind that you're like, oh, I gotta wake up early this morning and get 4 posts created and get them scheduled on all these different platforms. With PostPlanner and using Epidemic Sound for your music, you can get all that scheduled, and that's just removed from all the different things on your plate as a travel advisor. If you are at the point in your business where you have resources and you don't even want to deal with this, you can hire me and my company to do the social media posting for you. You'll still want to get in and interact and build these relationships. So these new people are finding your short form content, will go through the funnel and become clients and returning clients. That's the goal. And if you're kind of in that middle where you've got some time, you've got some resources, but you're not ready to pay for me to do all of this for you, then I've got the gallery. You can go to the Jordan Outside Gallery or gallery.jordanoutside, and you can go through and say, okay, I want to promote the Hawaiian Islands. I want to promote an island in the Caribbean. And you can find authentic footage, and you know exactly which beach or which destination it is. And then you can purchase that, and it's a non-exclusive perpetual license. Perpetual meaning you can use it for the rest of the time. You have the licensing to do that. So there's a lot of different options here. What I'm going to do to wrap up this video, underneath, I'm going to have all the resources with the affiliate links. So for PostPlanner, the 25% off with the 7-day free trial. For Epidemic Sound, I'm going to have the link that has my entire favorites list. So you can start out with over 100 different songs that I've already proven out that people like and that they work. So that's Epidemic Sound, that's PostPlanner. And then for your editing software, you're just going to have to decide. For me, I use Final Cut Pro, but you could use DaVinci Resolve. You could use CapCut. You could use Premiere Pro. There's a lot of different options for that. And lastly, I'm going to include the link to the Jordan Outside Gallery with a coupon code so you can get a discount on all of this amazing footage if you want to put all of these videos together yourself. And then below that will be a link that you can go and check out my social media services if that's something that you want to do. But ultimately, the B of the book framework is to help you remove the grind and to have a inspirational short form content that's going to inspire your future customers. It's going to get that exposure out there. And it's really about consistency, so people keep seeing you over and over. And then that's going to lead them to our next video that I'm going to cover, which is creating these long form videos on guides and reviews that you can really get a lot of exposure, and it's going to be able to build trust, and it's going to focus on bringing in your ideal client. This short form content, it's not always your ideal client. This is more for getting out to the masses and getting that maximum reach and exposure. But the next video that I'm going to focus on, this is going to focus on getting your ideal client. But all of these things are part of the process for a content strategy that will lead to turning content into high ticket bookings. So again, my name is Jordan. I hope this was helpful. This is how I'm running my content business for Jordan Outside. And if there's something that I missed, or there's a detail or something that you would like to learn more about, put it in the comments and I can create another video about it. But in this series, I'm going to go through each one of the book, the BOOK, in this framework. So you have the full 4-step content strategy, whether you're a travel advisor or you're just working in the travel industry and need to create really good content. So again, thanks again for watching this video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up or the like button. And I really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. And I'll see you in the next video.